coming from in hip hop, there definitely is, a distinct, I guess backpack style. But I don't know where would you place yourself within hip hop's trajectory?
Okay, well, just yesterday, Guru from Gangstar passed away. It was very unfortunate, and I was talking to my friend. All my friends who I don't talk to very often have all been calling me like, "Oh man, like how could Guru be dead?" And da da da. And I remember saying to somebody like, "Man, it's the most sad thing about Guru dying is they don't make rappers like that anymore." You know what I mean? Like, in this day and age, like you will never see, he just comes from that generation where like rap was not popular, and that's the divide. Like there was the time where like if you were a rapper, people didn't know what you were and like what you were gonna do with your life, And now so in rappers, there was a generation of rappers that came up on other sorts of music or whatever in addition to rappers, and now you have a whole generation of kids and rappers who came up listening to nothing but rappers, but not only just rappers, but like 5 rappers. You know what I mean? They came up on like the Clear Channel era. Like Biggie was like the first rapper to hear it, whereas for me it was like the Sugar Hill Gang. Like I remember when that record came on. And I remember. So anyway, that being said, just like I listen to all kinds of music, the whole spectrum, and I definitely mess around with the whole spectrum of hip hop, and despite some of the things I say about, I'm not 50 Cent in the game, like, there's some mainstream hip hop I like too, but, most of the stuff that I like are just very lyric based, partially, kind of more down to earth, real people stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess who in particular are you?
Oh, yeah, sure, sorry. The old school, like our Big Daddy Kane, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, all those guys, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, all that golden era stuff. And then also, like, more currently, I really like Gifted Gab from Black Alicious. I listen to him a lot, get a lot of ideas from him. Mr. Lift, there's a guy named Mr. Lift who I really like. Who else? Man, just there's so much, man. I can't even. Oh, The Roots. The Roots are one of my favorite groups of all time. I mean, best live hip hop you're ever gonna see in your whole life. Man, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, I like those cats. We need some more women though, man. It's nothing but dudes. I'm tired of talking about dudes. I'm tired of name dropping dudes. So if there are any like women rappers out there aspiring, Invincible, she's an amazing female rapper from Detroit. Anyway, I could go on.
No, yeah, but it's just interesting to see, because certainly those are, you named a lot of people, and I guess in certain crowds, Mos Def stands out to me. I listen to him quite a bit, but I guess why do you think it's a problem when you say they don't make too many rappers like that anymore? Is it just that we have so much stuff out there that you think it's being kind of overwhelmed by the
I don't know. I've been I guess it's like, because Guru was not necessarily the most skilled rapper. Like, he had a great voice and a great way about him. He had great tone. He was a great example of tone, like the rapper's voice and what he can do with tonality, But just his pedagogy was just like, he would always talk about, I've been listening to all these interviews, and he always talks about teaching. Like, he's like, I'm trying to teach through my music, and like, this is about the youth, and like every civilized adult should be a teacher in some way, and da da da. And I just don't feel like, I don't feel like that ideology is very popular or pervasive in most of the hip hop that people see. So it used to be, you turn on like Yo MTV Raps or something, you would see Gangstar. But now if you turn on a video show, you're not going to see somebody whose ideology is that. You're going to see somebody whose ideology is like capitalism at its worst, you know what I'm saying, versus like, I'm here to like teach, you know what I'm saying, like, so like that's kind of what I mean by that, is that I just don't feel like that any rapper who espouses something that goes against a popular narrative of like chains and guns and jewelry and just like mindless crap is gonna get put on the same pedestal, you know what I mean?
Regardless of skill.
Oh yeah, I mean the worst MCs are popular right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the worst of them.
What do you attribute that to? How
I think because I think the decisions, a lot of the decisions about who gets put on and all that are not made by people who know the culture very well. I feel like it's put on by a lot of people who look at rap as being fad, or looking at it as being a gimmick or something they can sell Maseratis with or whatever. And I feel like the people who decide who who gets backed, you know, they don't really understand, like, at its core, they're not repping the culture, basically. You know, and it's what happens to all forms of music. Like, you know what I mean? The bigger something gets, the more diluted it gets.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could maybe draw a parallel to what happened to rock music in like the 70s and 80s.
Sure. I mean, but you know, the thing about rock is that it's older, so it's self-sustaining enough where you have so many different strata. Like, you know, like this band Vampire Weekend, for example, who I like very much. A lot of people diss them, but I like them actually.
They're pleasant.
They're pleasant,
They're
right?
pleasant.
Exactly. They're like the Paul Simon of our day. You know, I like them. I like them a lot. I shouldn't like them, but I just like them. They put me out. They make me smile.